Good morning. Good morning, Park Street. So I was saying last week that hello. I was saying last week, if you ever watched the Christmas story, with the teacher, it's set in the 1940s, and the teacher tries to get the class's attention. She'll go, "Good morning, students," and they all put the wonky teeth in. They go, "Good morning, Miss." It's hard. It's when we have energy and we're bringing in this positive energy in a place like this. And then that's an unusual setting, and we have guests that are coming to participate in this thing. This is worship in a different format, as you can see. And for those of you who are regulars here or have been before, it is a time where we gather around tables and in kind of a mock podcast format, we interview people who in our community have taken their passion and have made the world a better place by sharing it. We've been doing this for 4 years. If you take, you have an order. Let me just grab that. If you take this and you find this on your table, I would encourage you to do so. It gives you an outline about what we're doing. And then if you turn it over, you're going to see a little more of an introduction about our speaker series that we now are doing for the 4th of July. It also gives you a brief bio about whoever we are interviewing, our featured speaker. And we are so excited to welcome Ashlyn, who's not a stranger to most of us here in Park Street because she's been able to share music and lead music in this space for 2.5-ish years, and it's just been a joy to get to know her, and it's been an absolute blessing in my life to participate in a group when I'm able to, that I'm not leading. So thank you. My name is Pastor Colleen, and I've been the pastor here for now 11 years, and still counting, and until they pack my bags and put them right in front, we'll probably have another speaker series in a year. So I'm excited for you to be here. I wanted to just begin without too much more time. I'm going to be inviting, I'm just going to go ahead and let you come up and talk about the special event that's happening this Saturday. And this is Elizabeth, who does some worship leadership here. She does so many things. She works as a preschool liaison here, and she's just a groovy gal. Go ahead.
I like the groovy gal. Good morning, everyone, and it's so wonderful to see some special friends here today. Fellow musicians and educators and good people. So we are participating in a community event called Birthday in a Box. And what a birthday in a box is putting together ready-made birthday kits for those who might not otherwise get to celebrate a birthday. Folks who are living in folks who have lived with disabilities, who may be living in housing where they are cared for but may not have extras, people through the senior centers, through JABA, through folks who come to the Haven and so forth. Our friend JoJo Robertson, who was here last week, comes up with ideas on ways to serve those who may not otherwise have opportunities to celebrate or be cared for in life. So if you would like to participate in any way, there's a little list on the table. You can pass those around. You can donate a box of cake mix. You can donate 10 boxes of cake mix. You can donate anything on that list. Or since we'll be assembling them next Saturday, my Venmo is at the bottom. If you'd like to Venmo me, we will do the shopping this week. We're hoping to put together 100 birthday boxes. And so you can Venmo me or slip me some cash, whatever. I thank you in advance. I'd love to see if anyone is free next Saturday around 1 o'clock. We will be meeting here with other volunteers from the community to put these together and then spread a little cheer. So thank you in advance, always, for the love and generosity of heart and spirit.
Thank you, Elizabeth. So just a reminder, I think each table, we have a table host or hostess that will be following the leader as we bless our elements for our communion, which for those of you, if it's not part of your tradition, you're welcome to participate, because what companions do is break bread together. And for us, there are symbolism and meaning, but for all of us gathering around a table, having table conversation is, I hope, part of your life. And if not, make yourself welcome to participate in our gluten-free, vegan, and alcohol-free items in the middle. We also have, so just for table hosts and those who might have some other sensitivities or who don't, I want a real piece of bread. Our gluten-free vegan bread is spectacular, by the way. Thank you, Nancy Farish. She is our little kitchen elf and does so many things. But there's also a triangular wedge that is just a freshly made homemade yeast bread. And we end up breaking it. We have juice in the middle. We have these little teeny glasses, and we fill her up, and we talk, and we spend some time together with a musical background where we also write some questions we might have for our speakers. With that, I wanted to share just the sentiment that came up this morning and thinking about this theme of daring to advocate. And when we talk about daring to advocate and we talk about music and healing music and all these kinds of things, I thought that this resonated because I think we often say it has to be this or that, and it can be a both and. We cannot be more sensitive to pleasure without being more sensitive to pain. So may we now begin our time together with a sung meditation on breathing led by our worship pastor, Donna Kane.
How many people are here for the first time and have never sung this song? Alton. Just one person? Two people, two or three people. Okay. Well, four. Okay. So we do the song at the opening. You're going to learn it, man. Okay. You're going to sing? All right. All right. We need your voice. So this song is just very quickly, it's in 3 parts. There's breathe in, breathe out. That's the first part. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love is sung one way, and then there's a higher kind of descant where you sing those same words. So group number 1, if you have a lower voice or you don't pick things up. Okay. So, okay, so the first group is going to sing just breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, stop. Then the middle group is going to sing, and you can decide if you want to be part of the middle group. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. And then if you're one of those people that like a challenge, the next group sings, when I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. Now we're going to put it all together. Group number 1, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. Keep it going. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out One more time. Think about the words. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. Thank you.
Good morning. Today, we welcome Ashlyn into our hearts and hearth here at Park Street. She is an inspirational community leader whose gifts of song and music have become familiar to this fellowship over the years. As we ready ourselves to receive her words of wisdom, let us first turn to another, John Rudder, a renowned choral director and composer who has this to say about the power of singing in community. Choral music is not one of life's frills. It's something that goes to the very heart of our humanity, our sense of community, and our souls. You express, when you sing, your soul in song. And when you get together with a group of other singers, it becomes more than the sum of the parts. All of those people are pouring out their hearts and souls in harmony, which is kind of an emblem for what we need in this world when so much of this world is at odds with itself. Just to express in symbolic terms what it's like when human beings are in harmony. That's a lesson for our times and for all time. I profoundly believe that. And musical excellence is, of course, at the heart of it. But even if a choir is not the greatest in the world, the fact that they are meeting together has a social value. It has a communal value. It brings with it soul. We have to have a soul in our lives. And everybody tells me who has sung in a choir that they feel better for doing it. That whatever the cares of the day, if they maybe meet after a long day of school or work, that somehow you leave your troubles at the door. You walk away refreshed. You walk away renewed, and that's a value that goes just beyond the music itself. It's not a frill. It's like a great oak that rises up from the center of the human race and spreads its branches everywhere. That's what music does for us. Songs, psalms, and choruses, even the one we just completed, are transformational, offering a creative form of expression from sorrow to joy, as heard in the ancient Hebrew text as translated by Stephen Mitchell, Psalm 100. Sing to the Lord, all creatures. Worship Creator with your joy. Lift praises with the sound of your laughter. Know that we all belong to Him, that He is our source and our home. Enter creation's light with thanksgiving. Fill your hearts with praise. For God's goodness is beyond comprehension and a deep love that endures forever. Let us now warmly welcome both our Park Street hostess, Elizabeth, and our featured guest, Ashlyn, to the platform.
Good morning. I think mine's on.
Good morning, Ashlyn.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi. And
This
good
is so
morning.
exciting.
It is exciting. So the challenge is Ashlyn and I met for coffee a few weeks ago and spent 2 hours on that cozy couch. And so we've probably both been mulling over how to kind of distill and synthesize and capture in, a shorter time period this morning. So I just thought, as a little way of an introduction, kind of the sense, part of the sense I got of Ashlyn's journey, and then she's going to choose whatever markers along that way that you would like to share. So, first of all, I know that Colleen gave me the great opportunity to interview Ashlyn because we have a shared love of music, some of you know, and using the human voice to connect with people and to connect people with each other. So, Ashlyn, your journey has traveled through show tunes and the early songbook with your parents, classical training, something called biopop, which was new to me, gypsy jazz, all of that along the way intermixed with education and travel and social activism, body work, and teaching elementary children. Now, as we know you in our community of Charlottesville, we know you through the Lift the Spirit Choir, through song circles, which are magnificent, and also with the wider community of singing resistance, as well with Cleo and Craig and others in our community. So that's a little snapshot of a very diverse journey to this point in time. So, if you could just share with us this morning, what are some of the kind of key markers, inspirations, experiences in your lifetime in 2 hours or less? Oops, sorry. About 15 minutes or so that you'd like to share with us.
Well, thank you for the beautiful introduction and just the wonderful listening that you carry so well of distilling. I can tell that you were really in being so present as we were chatting. So thank you. It's really such an honor to be here. Can everybody hear me? Okay, great. Well, I feel like the most important thing to talk about off the bat is how being a song carrier and leading groups in singing has really transformed my life in a big way and really given me a sense of purpose and place. Having moved here 4 years ago from Boulder, I had started Lift the Spirit Choir in 2021. We had our first group in 2022 at the beginning of the year. And it was, we were all coming out of COVID, and the synthesis of that moment was that I really found myself craving harmony with other beings. I really wanted to feel singing again. There were lots of opportunities to sing on Zoom, and that was wonderful and kept us all going. And, and you can make as much loud sound in your own room on a computer as you want, but there's just nothing like feeling the vibration of someone else's voice and how it interacts with your own voice. And that brought me to talking to friends and saying, I really want to start a choir. I don't care if we have to mask. We'll find a big space, whatever it takes. And two friends who were very uniquely talented and experienced musicians and leaders of singing as well, both had the same drive. They had that same desire. And so Lift the Spirit Choir came together very seamlessly. It just kind of was like their people and my people, and we all showed up, and it just sounded great. And we didn't audition, and we didn't try too hard or know what was going to happen. And I knew out of that experience, which that choir has continued to flourish. They've done wonderful work. My husband, Kevin, joined the choir with me. This was right before we moved across the country, got married, and had a baby all in the same year. So I think that was a big turning point in my life, actually, and feeling that sense of leadership and calling to bring singing back into our groups and make community around singing was a really big sort of growing up moment for me, and feeling like this is something I'm here to do. And I was really clear that once we got settled here and once our child was old enough, I wanted to do that, start that choir here. and that I wanted the community here to know me through that work. And so I've been so blessed to see that really unfolding. And thanks to Pastor Colleen and this beautiful church community, we've had this space to call home for our rehearsals, which has been just a dream. It's such a beautiful space. So anyway, that's the now. And also leading that into the singing resistance moment that has flourished since, the last election, and even during, in the wake of George Floyd and all the sort of stirring of the people that has happened in the last few years, so much singing has emerged. And having the mouthpiece of the choir sort of brought me into being aware of a wider national and international movement to use singing to speak our values as a culture, right? So using singing to dissipate moments of tension at a protest or a demonstration, using singing to bring people together in a moment where there's fear or sadness in the air. Once we're singing and we're active, it takes everyone into the present moment in a way that I don't know anything else that can. And it calms the nervous system, and it creates a sense of community. And so having been in a role where I've been seeing that happen in our choir gatherings, and then seeing the need for singing as a broader, everywhere community. Like, I just wish everyone had a song circle that they could go to and feel welcome at and felt comfortable using their voice. And so I've just felt really grateful to be in a place in my own life where I'm available to do that, to step up into that role, like some of the folks who are here with us today. Craig and Cleo are also doing really incredible work in gathering people together and building a community of singers, so that when there is a moment where we need singing, everyone can feel welcome to join. So that's, I think, why I'm here today being asked to speak. And of course, there's, a whole lifetime. I'm 43. And do you want to say anything before I keep jabbering away?
I want her to keep jabbering because you have so
Well,
much to
I
share.
think we have a few slides.
We do.
Can we pull up my mom and my daddy? Ha 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 ha. So I have the most incredible stepdad in the world who is here with us today. But before that, when I was a little girl, this was my daddy, who passed away 27 years ago. And this babe is my mom. I won't draw attention to her. She may be here today. She's still a babe. So these two were a duo, and I was born in the late stage of their career as musicians, but they were a touring duo. They did very glamorous world cruises. They lived out in the Hamptons and would do swanky parties, and they had something that was legendary. By the time I was old enough to understand it, it was like, the thing of legend. It was the myth of them was a guiding light for me. I was their only child, and they didn't stay together for long after I showed up. But I did have the privilege of making music with both of them. And I think one thing that is so special about seeing them and having that as my roots was just that they brought something so genuine and so magical. When they performed, there was just this truest desire to make people feel good. There was this very authentic love that came through when they sang and played music together. They both were very, very kind to people that I saw when I was growing up, just respected everyone no matter where they came from or what they were about. And I think there's something that happens when you're a performer that you feel humbled by everyone's experience. You want to find what it is that everyone can tune into, what it is that makes everyone feel something good, or makes them feel anything, right? Moves them. moves them to dance, moves them to sing along, moves them to cry. And so they had such a sparkle about them. And I always wanted to emulate that. And I always saw that as, well, that's how it's done. and when I was a little girl, I don't remember what slides I gave you.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right, so there's my sweet mom, and I'm 2. Dylan, that's Mama when I was a little younger than you.
Yeah.
So I was a ham from day one. I've always loved having a microphone in my hand. I've always been a showman. And so we're doing happy talk, keep talking, happy talk. Talk about things you like to do. And so I got to hear the most beautiful lullabies from my mom, and all the years driving me to school, she would always harmonize to everything on the radio. So I learned how to sing in harmony just by being around my mother's ear, right? And so I was lucky enough to have that. And now I'm in the role of, how do I help everyone have that? How do I teach that more so people can feel comfortable singing in harmonies and adding their own flavor to things? I think a lot of folks think they have to sing something a very specific way, and we never did that. So anyway, that was me as a kid. And then when I was a bit older, my mom was an activities director for nursing homes and assisted living homes, and she needed to perform. She needed to bring that magic and that love that she had to people. So she started creating these wonderful cabaret shows, these theme shows that we would do. And so starting from age 6 or 7, she dragged me in. And of course, I started to love it. And what I had the privilege of seeing at a very young age was how music can reach people who may not otherwise be reachable. People who have severe memory loss and severe disability physically in other ways. But when they hear a song that they knew when they were young, there's just something happens that is so pure, and it goes straight to the core of who that person is, right? I think it just comes back. And so people would sing along who maybe couldn't speak or wouldn't speak, or people would want to get up and dance who were otherwise in a chair. It was just over years of doing that. I was blessed to see how powerful music is as a medicine. Just what the way that it can change us is just so profound. So yeah, I spent a lot of time within my childhood years and up through college, even on breaks, and even for a little while after I graduated, I needed a side hustle for a minute, and I did some of our shows, which had evolved to include puppets. I think was I living in Brooklyn when I did that for a while, Mom? I can't remember where I was. Okay. But at some point, I even chose on my own volition to do the shows on my own for a few. It was just like maybe half a year, but it was something that I genuinely enjoyed. And Mom would create these amazing background tapes on cassette, that you had to buy the background tapes and find the song and cue it up and record it just the right length, and all of that. And we had themes and holiday things, and there was a cruise show, and there was a patriotic show, and we'd be marching around and waving flags and throwing confetti and whatever made people smile. And so I think I've always seen performing as a service. Like, we're here to make people feel good. That's what we're here to do, right? Yeah.
So there's another slide here that captures, to me, part of the spirit that I think anyone who meets Ashlyn can see. Do we have that one, Ruth?
I
It's,
don't remember what I said.
oh, it's a little hummingbird.
Okay.
This is Ashlyn feeding a hummingbird out of a little cap from her mouth. And to me, when Ashlyn told me this story, and in just talking with Ashlyn, I think you'd probably agree there's this sense, there's a spirit. It's no surprise to me that Lift the Spirit Choir has spirit in it, because this is part of, Ashlyn, this is part of the essence that I have come to know in a very short time with very limited interactions, to know that you convey.
Well, thank you.
So we've got, about 2 more minutes, couple minutes.
Let's fast
So,
forward real
fast
quick.
forward.
Yeah. So this is from a music video that I made with my best friend Emily Dublé, whose parents were underwater photographers for National Geographic. And so we had a project for most of our 20s together, living in Brooklyn, where we were an electro-pop duo, comedy duo with dance. And that sort of eventually evolved into coining a genre that we called biopop, with the intention of helping to create pop music that was catchy and likable and universal, the way that great pop music is, but that it connected people to nature in some very personal way. We thought if people can love a love song, in remote parts of the world that they heard, that comes from some American artist, they can love a pop song about hummingbirds or, manta rays or jellyfish or whatever. So we tried to magnify magical things in nature. We called it nature bling. And as you can't see these are emerald, the emerald ones. I don't know what the name of them exactly, but the type of hummingbird that has that green, shimmery emerald color. And this was in Honduras. We were house sitting for an archaeologist in Honduras on this tiny island. And we were trying to make biopop videos there, and this couple had hummingbirds that lived on their property who never left or migrated because they had so many feeders, and they were so comfortable with people. So this couple said, if you want to come and put a cap in your mouth, they'll probably come to you. So we just spent an afternoon there and just did that.
And I think the last slide we have is of the Lift the Spirit Choir, I think, right here at Park Street.
Yeah, this was our early spring group just this past year. We had a phenomenal group, and we just have always had a phenomenal group. I mean, I feel like there's just been good energy, and I haven't had to do very much to control it, which I love. Like, I also sing in the Virginia Consort, where it's very professional and everything is, people are very trained and they're excellent musicians, and I love being around that. But it has to be a very specific way. And our choir is not that at all, and somehow it still sounds great. There's some magic to it, that it comes together. And I think part of that is trust and allowing ourselves to be vulnerable. And knowing that we're there for the joy. And we're not there to have it be perfect. Yeah.
And that's a beautiful note for us to pause on, that trust and the joy and the openness. And so we are going to now ask Ashlyn, she is going to do our special music today and lead us in a song or two. So, and then we'll come back, be thinking about follow-up questions that you can jot on those little notes, and we'll collect those in a little bit. But first, I'm going to let you do your music thing.
Okay. Thank you very much, Elizabeth. Okay. All right. I'm going to first lead us in a Heather Houston song, who I had the privilege of doing a workshop with her in California a few weeks ago, and she's just a wonderful person. So if you don't know Heather Houston, please look up her music. So this song is called You Are So Loved, and that's the only lyric you need to know. You are so loved. You are loved by Spirit. You are loved by the people in your lives, and you're loved by all of us just for being who you are in the room. Wherever you're coming from today, you are loved. So that is the spirit of this song. There are 3 parts, and I'll teach you the melody first. So, goes. I'll just sing the whole melody line. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. So if you'll listen, I'll have you echo me. You are so loved. Just try that. Ready? You are so loved. 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 Let's do the whole thing. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. Beautiful. I'll teach the high part, but if you like that part, you can keep that. The high part does go a little bit high, so let me see who likes to sing high things. I know one in the red sweater there. Okay, we got our... So, you are so loved. Just try that. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. Here's the diva part. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. Beautiful. And now I would like to teach the low part, but why don't we put those 2 together, and then we'll take a pause and I'll teach the low part. So the lower part melody goes, you are so loved, and the high part, you are so loved. Okay, so we'll start both together. Ready? You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. One more time. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. And let's do the low part because it's fun. So if you like to sing low, try this one. Well, everyone can try it, but this may be you. So it's you are so loved. Ready? You are so loved. 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 Beautiful. I'll sing that low part with you because I think we've got some strong melody singers and some strong high singers. So the first notes are, are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. Let's try it. 1, 2, ready. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. Keep going. You are so loved. I'm on the melody. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. One more time. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. Amen. Thank you. Thank you all so much. I mean, I can lead more, but I think there's probably more for you to do in the service. So thank you. I think that was absolutely beautiful. If you want to sing with Lift the Spirit Choir or come to any of our open sessions in the summer, anyone can come. We've got one on July 30th, which is a song circle with sea shanties as our theme. Yeah, it's going to be fun. And August 11th, we will also, and they're always here. August 11th, we will also be having a song circle, and the theme is Pop Fun. So that'll be a fun one. And then September 1st is the beginning of our fall season of Lift the Spirit Choir, and it's always open to anyone who wants to come on the first rehearsal. So September 1st, it's a Tuesday, and we're rehearsing on Tuesdays. But I'm going to start a Thursday once a month thing, if that works for here, of just a song circle so that I can have more opportunities for folks who can't do every week. So that's all. Anything else? Thank you all so very much for singing and listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Just thank you. I'm going to put this back up here, and I'm going to be the kind of leading I'm going to do while we're all singing for the table hosts. But in the tradition, in our tradition here at Park Street, we come to this table. It can be called all sorts of things. It can be called the Lord's Supper. It can be called communion. It could be called a love feast. It could be called supper. It can be called a time to gather with companions and break bread together and share heart and inspiration. And that is what we are inviting you to participate in at this time. I'm going to ask those of you whose seats are not facing the center of your table, go ahead and take some time to just turn your seats around. Turn your seats around. So our table host or hostess, we also have gloves for you to put on if you're, it would make our guests feel a bit more comfortable. You never know what we're carrying into this place. And as we know, table host and hostess, as I do something, you follow the leader. And then after we're done blessing and thinking about these elements, we will then break bread together, fill each other's cups in both grape juice and great conversation. We will be doing this for like 10 minutes, and to help all of us just have a sensibility about it, we will have a timed little musical background, and then I will ask at about 8 minutes, and that Jenny and Paul Titus, who's sitting all the way back in the back, the cutest little pastor's wife you ever did see wave, will come around and collect your questions and any kind of gifts that you would like to bring to the ministries of Park Street. We are so glad you're here. So, my dear friends who will now be reminded about a story, and it was something that happened, we believe, about 2,000 plus years ago, where the man, the rabbi, the teacher, Saint Jesus, Son of God, sat with friends around a table, probably a Passover table, ready to remind them as he felt that things might be coming to an end. If I don't come back to this table, how will you remember me? So taking a common symbol, he took the bread, raised it, blessed it, and broke it, and said, "Take now and eat this, remembering all of the lessons we've shared together." In the same way, a cup was raised. We will take the chalice. It was raised, it was blessed in beautiful Hebrew, saying, "This is God's living water, the blessings from our Creator, to be shared with you. Do this in remembrance of me." And now, my friends, in table around, let us share these elements and the sentiment of companionship, peace, and acceptance. I'm just thinking about your talking about Oh, my beloveds, good morning. I'm just going to give you a 1 minute and 20-second warning that we will be collecting right now, though, your questions if you have them and your gifts to the church, and then we will bring our friends up for Q&A. I don't know what child was this. Tracy's actually, so all right, listen to that, the ringer even rung. We are coming to the portion of our service. So for those who attend Park Street on a regular or semi-regular basis, we tend to be more of a 50, 55-minute squad in our worship services, but it's just so hard to say that the conversation around the table isn't so valuable, and the conversation led by our host and our guest isn't just stirring. So we are going to have about 5 minutes of a Q&A. So what Elizabeth will be doing is looking through the questions and going to probably combine some of the questions. And then after we finish that Q&A, we will have a closing sung, blessing. And then you will go on and have a wonderful, wonderful day, carrying a happy tune with you as you go. Are you in place, girls? Ladies?
Ready.
There you go.
All right, Ashlyn, in no particular order, here are the questions, and I'm not going to pause yet because then we only have 5 minutes, so you get to choose if you'd like to answer one of these, or go to box 4, which is tell us anything else you want to tell us. So, who is your favorite singer and what is your favorite song? P.S. You are awesome. Intrigued to hear about traveling solo in New Zealand. And 3, are we out of apples and bananas? Thank you, Kevin. Was that from Kevin or Dylan?
Is that code? I'm not sure what that question means. Okay, he's just being silly.
He's putting together the weekly
He's
grocery
being
list,
silly.
Ashlyn.
No, we've got plenty. We're good on the apples and bananas.
Yes.
We're good.
I know, I should have said it right.
So traveling in New Zealand, I didn't even mention that. That's
Did someone
somebody
read
knows
it in
me.
the
Oh, it's on
bio?
the bio. Okay. Yeah. So I spent almost a year in New Zealand. I sailed across the Pacific on a tall ship as a trainee, which was very, very cool. And also like very tedious and really like made me appreciate land. But I'm so glad I did it. It was super cool. And we got to go through all these South Polynesian islands. And then I stayed in New Zealand, bought a van, drove around the South Island. But the thing I would share that I loved about New Zealand was just people wanted to have real conversations everywhere I went. It was the part of their culture, because they're so far away from European and Western culture in general, geographically, everyone there is encouraged to travel when they're young, and they're very welcoming to travelers. And so I just remember feeling everywhere I went, somebody wanted to ask me questions of substance. If I felt like chatting, they wanted to hear what I thought about politics and whatever, music culture. Like they wanted to know, because I was from the US, they were genuinely curious people and very funny. Great sense of humor in New Zealand. And the nature is just so gorgeous there. I almost moved there, but I felt like I'd be too far away from my mom and the people who loved me. And a best friend came and said, everyone's in New York, come move to Brooklyn. And then another best friend, the one who did the hummingbird one, said, I need a roommate in Brooklyn, come live with me. So that's what I did. Awesome. Yeah. And favorite singers. I mean, I could never pick a favorite singer, or even a favorite song, but I'll say I was just at this women's singing retreat outside of Santa Cruz, California. It was so beautiful, and the song leaders were so powerful and really different from one another. Heather Houston, who wrote the song we sang, she's just incredible. She's got a beautiful, warm, welcoming aura. Lindsay Scott, who's super powerful, Shaniqua Trotman, Juliana Sarsicki, and Amanda West. They were all so amazing. I also love Lisa Gerard, who did Dead Can Dance and the Gladiator soundtrack. She sings in a made-up language. She sings in like a gibberish. I love Bjork. I love Chrissy Hine from The Pretenders. I love like powerful chick singers. Yeah. Nico Case has become a recent favorite since Kevin introduced me to her. She's got a biopop aspect to her. If you like folk, like alt folk rock, Nico Case. Thanks.
And we're down to our last minute. Anything else you want to share before we go?
I don't know. I don't think so. Just, I hope you'll all sing. I hope you'll be inspired to sing more around your house, sing for a function, right? Sing while you're getting dressed, while you're cooking dinner.
Thank you, Ashlyn.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you enough for the gift of conversation and being here with us at Park Street.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you all.
Well, we're going to take Ashlyn's advice and sing a song to close us out this morning. Thank you so much for reminding us how much we are loved. And Ashlyn, we certainly love you, and thank you so much for being here this morning. Or I guess it's afternoon now. If you've been here before, you know the song. If you don't, we change. We sing, "May I be filled with loving kindness." Then we sing, "May you be filled with loving kindness," which I hope you will look at someone next to you because it is a wish for them. And then, "May we be filled with loving kindness." So even if you don't know the song, by the time we get to "May we be filled with loving kindness," I'm sure you will know it really well. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be whole. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be whole. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be whole.
Take those blessings and those words and that spirit with you as you go on this semi-cloudy but a lot less smoky day. And boy, do we appreciate clean air and breathing in without fear. But I think if we take that same sentiment about breathing in the spirit of kindness and gentleness without fear, and without fear letting it be released to anyone that it falls upon, this world will certainly become a place that will be fear-free, if only, if only. God bless you, and wow, Ashlyn, if you guys want to go chat it up with her or just sing a little tune, I think she might be able to give us a little bit of time. If you run out of apples and bananas, my dear friend Kevin, give me a ring.